There was a time when Monica Bellucci felt like the embodiment of beauty itself. A woman whose elegance could silence a room, whose presence defined an era, but behind the perfection the world adored lived a woman quietly carrying heartbreak, sacrifice, and silent wounds the cameras never caught. At 61, her journey is not just about fame or glamour, but about the tragic emotional cost of a life lived in the spotlight. This is her untold story. Long before she became a global icon, Monica Bellucci was simply a shy girl growing up in a small Italian town where beauty meant attention, and attention meant expectations she never asked for. Her childhood was marked not by glamour, but by restraint. Her parents, loving but strict, shaped her with rigid discipline and high expectations. Monica learned early to stay composed, to stay quiet, to hold her emotions inside. While other children played freely, Monica lived in a world where appearance mattered more than expression. People noticed her beauty before they noticed her voice. That early imbalance planted a seed of insecurity that followed her into adulthood. The feeling of being admired but rarely understood, adored but not truly seen. She carried that sense of emotional distance with her as she entered adolescence. She longed for connection, but the attention her beauty attracted often brought judgment, envy, or unwanted advances. She learned to build emotional walls before she learned how to trust. Those early years crafted the core of who she would become: strong, guarded, sensitive, and perpetually searching for the safety she never felt growing up. What the world later mistook for mystique was simply a protective shield, a way of surviving a world that valued her appearance more than her heart. But Monica had no idea that the same beauty that shaped her childhood would one day become both her greatest blessing and her greatest curse. Monica's entrance into modeling felt like destiny. She had the face, the aura, the presence. Agencies saw potential. Designers saw perfection. Photographers saw art. And in just a few years, Monica Bellucci became one of the most recognizable women on the planet. But with every photo shoot, every runway appearance, every magazine cover, she felt a familiar hollowness return. Fame amplified everything she struggled with: objectification, comparison, unrealistic expectations. The world called her divine, unreachable, a goddess. But Monica felt anything but invincible. Behind the glamour was a woman terrified of disappointing others, terrified that her beauty was the only thing people valued. When she transitioned into acting, she hoped to finally express herself, to be seen for her mind, her talent, her vulnerability. And while the world admired her performances, she still battled the same emptiness. Directors praised her looks, audiences praised her elegance, but very few asked how she truly felt. Success brought admiration, but not fulfillment. Fame brought opportunity, but not connection. The more the world idolized her, the more alone she felt. Monica was becoming a global symbol, but losing pieces of herself in the process. The world saw Monica and believed she had everything. But the truth is that love was the one place where she never found lasting peace. Her marriages, especially her long and complicated relationship with Vincent Cassel, revealed the deepest wound she carried: the fear of never being enough. Monica loved fiercely, loyally, with a devotion shaped by the emotional hunger of her childhood. But she often found herself giving more than she received. Fame created distance. Schedules clashed. Insecurities grew. And the imbalance slowly became unbearable. Their marriage, admired and romanticized by the public, was filled with private conflict, miscommunication, and emotional exhaustion. When the relationship finally collapsed, Monica's world shattered. She had built her identity around partnership, around family, around stability, the very things she never fully had growing up. Losing that foundation created a grief she carried quietly, gracefully, but deeply. The heartbreak didn't just end the marriage, it fractured her sense of self. The woman who once appeared invincible suddenly felt fragile, uncertain, and profoundly alone. And the tragedy of Monica's love life revealed a painful truth. Even the most beautiful woman in the world can feel unworthy, unnoticed, and unloved. As Monica aged in the spotlight, the cruelty of public perception intensified. The same industry that once celebrated her beauty now questioned her relevance. Roles grew fewer, interviews became more invasive, and the world began treating her not as a woman, but as a symbol of what beauty used to be. She felt invisible in an industry obsessed with youth aging, natural and universal, became another battle she had to fight alone. She admitted in interviews that she often felt caught between admiration and disappearance. A woman admired globally was simultaneously fading in the eyes of the world. Fame had taken its toll. The loneliness of endless travel, the pressure to stay perfect, the exhaustion of hiding pain behind elegance. Monica's life, once filled with cameras and applause, slowly became quieter, and not always in the peaceful way she hoped. Now, at 61, Monica Bellucci reflects on her journey with a mix of gratitude and sorrow. She has success, legacy, and admiration. But she has also lost love, endured loneliness, and carried emotional wounds for decades. Her world has become smaller. The fame remains, but the intimacy has faded. Friends have drifted, partners have disappeared, and the life she dreamed of, filled with lasting love and emotional safety, remained painfully out of reach. Yet through all the heartbreak, Monica continues to stand with quiet dignity. She embraces aging, embraces motherhood, embraces solitude. And perhaps that is the most heartbreaking part of her story. She survived everything with grace, even when her heart was breaking silently behind the beauty the world worshipped. Monica Bellucci's journey proves that even the world's most admired woman can carry invisible wounds. Behind the elegance is a lifetime of heartbreak, sacrifice, and strength the world rarely sees. If her story moved you, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more powerful untold stories.